Kashmir as a society, we have like similar issues there like any other society has, like people in Calcutta might have or any other place might have. So you wouldn't think about these issues, they exist in Kashmir also. You wouldn't know about the transgender community, how they are struggling there, struggling on many fronts. So that was the reason to tell their story, because many films might have been made or being made in like the other parts, even in South Asia, on the transgender community. But somehow the transgender community there, they were feeling sort of they are being neglected. At the time I made this film, I had several subjects in my mind. What happened is I would read newspapers those days, like I would read the stories on transgender community. They were becoming very vocal, some of them. So in my college days and school days, I had seen them being like jeered on roads or mocked at. So this was somewhere at the back of my mind. I saw many stories. A reporter, a female reporter, she was covering the court beat. Every alternate day she was filing a story on transgender community, like they had filed a case in the High Court there. So they were fighting for their to ensure some pension, jobs and education, right to education and health care. So that kind of a somewhere I realized that their voices needs to be heard also. So since they have also become vocal, so I decided to make a film. I was in touch with another filmmaker from Delhi. So we discussed the idea and she readily came on board and we started making this film. Their situation earlier was better than what's now, because they would do the matchmaking. They would go for the what do you call this, singing and dancing at marriage parties. So they would earn their livelihood. And right now, like they don't have much work in the matchmaking. Like they say now, nobody needs us to do this matchmaking job because boys and girls do it themselves. And there are a lot of music bands coming in now, the boys and girls who go for singing. Right now they are fighting for their basic rights. What the basic rights are: right to education, health care, jobs, and they also want some pension in the old age, so that they don't have to suffer in the old age, because most of them they just leave their homes at a young age, so they live on their own. So once they are young, they can do stuff, they can earn some money from matchmaking or singing. But once they are old, so you know they cannot go for singing, and people won't book them for singing, or they won't be able to do much of a what do you call the matchmaking, because it needs a lot of legwork. Most of them wouldn't know their rights right now because they have been brought up like that. They think like this is our destiny, we have to live like that. I didn't see transgender specifically going for begging, and like the transgenders, I'm talking what they say. They said, we asked them about this, we had a conversation about this. They say we don't go for badai. I think economically they were well off than the others, because as I said, like they had something to fall back on, like the matchmaking and the singing. One of the historians said they were like in Mughal era, they were employed in the courts because they had kind of like several wives, so they wouldn't want to put men in their courts, so they would put the transgender community there. We started shooting in late 2019, and before that I did the ground research there because I lived there in Srinagar. My other co-filmmaker, she's from Delhi, she tried to go to the libraries and find out what was available there. Unfortunately, there is not a lot of available there. The COVID hit the place like anywhere else, so we couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't move out, so I was trying to get in touch with people on phone. The hardest part of it, research, was talking to the transgender community. One, because they were not comfortable talking to a guy, you know what I mean? So they were always like suspicious of me. and I got into embarrassing situations couple of times. Later on, I developed a good rapport with them once they got comfortable, so they started opening up. Shooting wasn't that difficult because I come from the place. I've been shooting there for the last 25 years, quarter of a century now. So I knew how things happen there, when you have to wrap up and when you have to continue shooting. So that call I would take, and I had a cinematographer who is also local. But we got rejected several times. Like we we wanted to shoot somewhere, we didn't get the permission from police, and sometimes like our subjects wouldn't, what do you call, cooperate in the beginning. Using drone for this filming is not allowed there, so we tried for permission and stuff, we didn't get it. So we just used some drone shots which we had managed earlier, or did some shots while doing the shooting. So these are for everybody, for everybody. If you would go there, like you would have to take permission for drone and stuff, or shooting at certain places. The one thing I am happy to be here is about this film festival being the people's festival. So I think like if you look for the market, you might not see the market in that sense, the commercial market for these documentaries, but these documentaries need to be showcased somewhere. There is definitely some audience. I am happy to be in Kolkata because of this is a people. This film went to many festivals, but I'm happier being here for this being the people's this thing. In Kashmir, you will hear a lot of people talking about Calcutta because a lot of people come from there, they come here. A lot of people from Calcutta, they go there. A lot of my friends speak fluent Bengali, though I cannot speak Bengali, but few words I know. Well, I don't mind them. I don't mind them because it has the most viewership right now. I think if if our film gets on the OTT platform, I won't mind it because after making the film, my aim is it should reach it should reach the maximum number of the people, as many people as it can reach. It has gone to this, it has been selected in UK, South Asian Film Festival, Toronto South Asian Film Festival, and in Kerala it was also screened in Mumbai. Yeah, it's going to many festivals now, so people they get to watch it. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. So if it gets on the OTT platform, that will be nice. That will be nice.